Hi guys, it's Renee. Welcome back to my channel. So today is my last video for 2017 and we are going to do a hits and misses of the year. So these are products I've loved and products that I've hated. I've got one extra product in the love pile than I do in the not so love pile. Just because I don't love these products, just putting it out there, doesn't mean they don't work for everyone. It just means they simply haven't worked for me. I haven't loved them. They just weren't what I expected, or they just really just didn't gel with my skin and things like that. So everyone is going to be different, but we'll get through it. So we're going to start off with the misses because we want to end on a happy note. So first miss we have for today, this one I really wanted it to work and it just didn't, which was the Essence Blossom Dreams Mirror Effect Nail Pigment. So this is what it's meant to look like. What it did actually look like was extremely patchy. I followed all the instructions. It didn't even give me close to a mirror effect. All it did was be really patchy on my nails. And I tried everything. I did the thing, like rubbed on with my finger as per the instructions. I used an eyeshadow applicator. I used a silicone wedge. I used like makeup wedge. I used so many different things. None of it worked, and no matter how much product I put on my nail, it didn't work. Like all it did was make my nails look dirty, not mirror effect. So this actually didn't cost me all that much. Thank God for that. It was only a couple of dollars, so it was about $2, maybe $3. So thankfully it didn't cost a lot, but it still didn't work as promised. So I'm not sure if anyone else has managed to get it to work. I've actually looked online and can't find anyone that has, but it may have worked for someone. I'm not sure. Next product that I wanted to like as well, and I just couldn't, and this is extremely popular product as well, is the Australis Midas Touch Serum. So it's a serum primer and it's got like little gold flecks through it, if you can see that. I wanted this to work as well, but I found it just didn't gel with my skin. I have normal skin, so it's not oily, it's not dry, it's just a happy medium. It was terrible. Like I really didn't like it. It made my skin feel sticky, it made my skin feel wet, like it took forever to dry. And when I mean forever, it took a couple of minutes. So I'm like sitting there constantly doing this to my face to make it dry so I can just get on with my makeup. Didn't love it. It just didn't hold the makeup well. I found things were patchy if it didn't dry properly, and the makeup, it just didn't sit well on my skin. And I know a lot of people loved this primer. Sadly, I was not one of them. I'll probably still, as you can see, I've used a bit of it, so I've tried to give it a red hot go. I don't like to waste money, so I'll probably finish it when I run out of my other primer, just so I can just get rid of it. But I won't be purchasing it again. It's just, for me, just did not work. The next one that I really loved other things from the same collection, this not so much. Sorry about that bang. So this was the Too Faced Unicorn Tears Melted Latex Liquid Lipstick. That's a mouthful. It's beautiful in the tube and is beautiful when swatched, but when you put it on, reality is so very different. It's a layering lipstick, so you need to layer it on something, which is fine, but it's sticky, like full sticky, like close your mouth open and you get strands of stickiness. Really sorry if you can hear any of the banging and crashing. It's my cat Teddy. He's, you know, pushing stuff off the top of the fridge. So yeah, it was super sticky. I just didn't love it. It just didn't sit right on my lips. If used alone or with used another lipstick. I know a lot of people aren't a fan of this particular version of any of their lipsticks. Like the melted latex in general don't have really good reviews, and I can understand why. I haven't really gotten any of the other shades, so I can't comment on those. But this one, it just didn't work, and I got it in the Unicorn Tears gift pack that they came out with for, I think it was just before Christmas, where it had the lipstick, which I love, had this, and it had the highlighter and a makeup bag. So everything else bar this I really did enjoy. It's just a fail. I don't know what they did with this particular thing, but it just failed. Next thing that I don't love, makeup brushes. So I have a massive collection of makeup brushes, whether they be oval and normal or what have you. All my makeup brushes, they range in price. Like, I've got like elf brushes, and I have Chi brushes. I have MAC brushes, which I don't use anymore because they're terrible quality. FYI, MAC is terrible quality. Every MAC brush that I've ever purchased, the bristles fall out, they just come out, and it's just not worth the money. However, we're not talking about MAC today, we're talking about Kmart. So Kmart came out with, and they're still coming out with, quite a large range of makeup brushes. This is the Hollow Iridescent range that I purchased. There's 5 brushes in this collection. So you get a face paddle for foundation, all over face brush, eyeshadow brush, angled brush, blush brush. So the bristles on the 2 big ones are really nice and soft, and you'd think they'd be really, really good. All the others are quite hard, and this one actually really hurts when you're putting on eyeshadow, like, really hurts. So not really recommended. It's a bit too hard. It's not even dense, it's just hard. They are synthetic bristles. I don't mind synthetic bristles. A lot of my makeup brushes do have them. They're a lot softer, and they're not so hard, and they're not terrible quality. These ones, they are, considering their price point, they were not the cheapest brushes in the world. They ranged from, I think, $6 to $12 each. They just don't pick up pigment. So if you're in Kmart in Australia and you see these brushes, keep on walking by, go to Elf, purchase those. They pick up pigment a lot better and are a lot cheaper. These, they just, as much as I tried to make them work, they just didn't. I do still have them in my brush collection, purely because when I do things like Halloween makeup, they're useful for that. That's all they're useful for, is the Halloween makeup where you're using face paints or what have you, and you don't want it to soak into the bristles and you don't want to actually ruin your good brushes. These are what they're pretty good for. But other than that, for once a year use, there's really no point. Last product I did not love, and a lot of people I think disagree or agree, I'm not really sure, I haven't seen too many reviews on this one, is the Maybelline Brow Tattoo. I purchased this, like, I'm pretty lucky with my Priceline store because I get a lot of my makeup drugstore stuff from Priceline. And I was pretty lucky in the fact that when this came out, they released, my Priceline store has a habit of releasing things really early. So this was released a little bit earlier than what it probably should have been. And it was also on a 50% sale. So it was part of 50% off that they had store-wide, or makeup collection, makeup-wide. Anyway, it was all the makeup was 50% off. So I purchased it at that point. It's about $20-something normally, and I got it for just over $10. This, I hate it. I have used it a few times. I've tried to make it work. It just, like, it works, but not how they say it do. On the commercial, it tells you it's going to last for 3 days, well, up to 3 days. It just doesn't. Not on me anyway. So my one gripe with it is it says that it won't come off when you're removing your makeup. It does. It does come off when you're removing your makeup. I use micellar water, so it's not like it's a harsh chemical, like anything harsh that's going onto my skin. It's micellar water. And I use pads, and I don't push hard on my skin. I wipe all my makeup off, and then I go over with a cleanser, and then go over with a toner. This should not be coming off with any of that, but it does. Like, it literally, this would last me a day, maybe a day and a half. Because by the time I took my makeup off, you could still see there was some pigment there, but then when I went to bed and woke up the next morning, I'd have to redo it because there was pretty much no pigment left, and allegedly there's meant to be. Also, my second gripe with it was when you put it on, it goes like, it's really thick, which is fine. I'll show you how thick it is. Look, that is like extremely thick. So it's really, really thick, doesn't drip, that's great. You put it on, you let it dry, takes 20 minutes to dry, no problem with that because you just do the rest of your makeup while it's drying. However, it kind of, you expect that it should come off cleanly. It doesn't. No matter how thick I put it on, one, it just didn't stay on, two, it just didn't come off cleanly. You know, I'd have to try to force an edge up at the start of my brow and try to peel it off. It wouldn't peel off in one piece, it'd peel off in like little itty bitty clumps, to the point where I'd have to get an eyebrow brush and just brush it out because that's all I could do. Because the other problem I had was when I tried to pull it, even very gently, it ripped out eyebrow hairs. So little bits of here and here on my eyebrow, it's ripped out hairs. So there's a little bit of bald patches that I've got going on through my eyebrows now, purely because it just ripped out my hair. So yeah, that was annoying. I didn't enjoy that at all. It hurt. So if you're going to buy this, probably don't. It only comes in, I think, 4 shades. This one is the lightest, which is light brown, and that is even too dark for me anyway. I'm blonde, so the light brown, it just really didn't match what I'd like it to. So I think there's just a light brown, brown, dark brown, and darkest brown, or a black. There's yeah, so there's only 4 shades. So if you are light haired and light skin tone like myself, they're probably not going to carry your shade anyway, so I'd probably just keep walking past, even if it is on sale. So probably don't get that one, because you're just going to wax your eyebrows and it's going to hurt and it's not going to be fun. So next thing we're going on to, now that is over, is we're going to have a talk about the things that I have loved, my hits for this particular year. So we have 6 hits. So we only have 5 misses. We've got 6 hits. So first one I'm going to talk to you about is the Mecca Max Life Proof Long Wear Foundation. It kind of rubs off. That's okay. Like, I don't care that the thing on the front rubs off. It's not the biggest issue in the world. And I buy mine in porcelain, which is 1.0. I did get colour matched at Mecca. They do sell it at Mecca Max in Australia. It's around $32, I believe. Yeah, it's about $32, which can be on the more expensive side of life, but it's a lot cheaper than a lot of others. I'm having a lot of issues with foundations lately where no matter what brand I'm buying, they're oxidizing terribly on my skin. This is the only one I've found that's not oxidizing. I've tried, like, my Mecca's amazing. They give me little samples and everything of whatever foundation I want to try. Urban Decay oxidized on my skin, Born This Way did, Steeler did, Smashbox did, Hourglass did. Everything has oxidized except this. I tried the Australis, I've tried CoverGirl, Maybelline. They've all oxidized on my skin. I don't know what's changed. I don't know if it's my skin that has changed, because this one is not oxidizing. So yeah, I'm not sure what has changed, if they've changed formula. I noticed it first of all with Maybelline. I was looking like I had a terrible tan and going Oompa Loompa, which was terrible. And my PT pointed it out to me as well, because he saw me. I'd literally gone from work to the gym and he's like, what's going on with the foundation? It's a different colour to your actual skin. It's orange. I'm like, yeah, because I haven't really seen it. This one, it is life proof. I have gone to the gym with this on, which I do regularly. I always try to either, like, I go to the gym either with foundation mascara or BB cream if it's a weekend, purely because I'm generally going from work to the gym and don't have time to take it off. This does not budge, does not even move. It does, it just stays. It looks perfect and pristine, and it's amazing. I'm actually going to do a comparison early next year with another foundation. But yeah, like, it's So if you're in Australia and you're looking for a foundation that's not massively expensive, but it's not drugstore if you're having issues, give this a go. It is fantastic. I think it only comes in 8 shades at the moment, either 5 or 8. Porcelain is extremely popular, so you just got to be really careful. Other product we are going to have a chat about from Mecca Maxima is Mecca Max, is their Pout lipstick, which I love the packaging. It's super, super cute. It's in the shade Pixie Pink. It's part of their 20th birthday celebration that they had recently. They're still selling these, so if you want to pick it up, you can. There's 3 different shades. I bought Pixie Pink. What I love about this is you press on here and it pops out. Wow! It's a beautiful, beautiful shade. It's got a little bit of shine and glitter in it, but not so much glitter that you're going to be eating glitter for the entire night. It also stays on amazingly well. I am really impressed with the Mecca range, actually. When I first wore it, I literally went out, like I was at home, I ate lunch, had, you know, water and whatever for the day, went out to dinner, went dancing, was drinking, and I still got home and my lips were beautiful. I didn't really have to touch them up. There were a couple of touch-ups here and there because when you look in the mirror, just under here, got a little bit sparse, but everywhere else it stayed really, really well. So I would recommend it if you like a long stay lipstick that you don't have to really touch up. So bonus points. Next thing we're going to talk about is primer. So this is my all-time favorite primer. I've been using this for the past couple of years, but because this is getting more popular, it's getting a lot harder to find, which is the e.l.f. primers. This is an illuminating face primer. This is the best one I have found for a long, long time. So any of their primers are fantastic. They're about $13 each, which is not too bad. It's actually pretty inexpensive for a makeup brand. You can find them at Kmart or online, so which is also a bonus. I'm finding Kmart runs out really quickly of any of the e.l.f. products. They're quite popular. This one has a beautiful glow to it, so when you put it on, and if you just put on a BB cream over it, it gives you a beautiful sheen. Or if you're using foundation with a light cover, it will work beautifully as well, so you're not going to really have any issues there. Yeah, I find it just gives my skin that just a little bit of silkiness to it that it kind of needs sometimes. So yeah, I would highly recommend this. I do love it. Been using it for a few years now. Depending on what my skin needs at the time is depending on which one I buy. But because I need a little bit more glow in my skin because it's a little bit dull lately, finding the illuminating powder is hitting the spot. So the last 3 are kind of like highlighters. So the first one we've got is something that I recently did a video on, was the unicorn drops from Australis. So I do love these. I love these so much. If you want to see the Australis video, it's in my playlist somewhere down below. Go find it. It's fun. I only uploaded it, I think, on Tuesday or, oh no, maybe Wednesday. Maybe I uploaded it Wednesday. These are beautiful. You only need a tiny, tiny bit. Tiny, tiny bit goes a long, long way with this stuff. Only downside is that if you use too much or use it too liberally across your face, you look sweaty, which no one likes that look. Like, no one. Even though it's very popular lately. I see a lot of girls at shopping centres where they are looking sweaty, and you can tell which YouTuber they've been watching because of the way their makeup is. But this it'll work both beautifully on camera if that's concerned, gorgeous in Instagram pictures where you just want some shine. It'll just work beautifully. Just be like sparing with it, otherwise you're probably gonna come out looking like a disco ball. It is $19.95 from Priceline, so you can only purchase it at Priceline. You can't get it anywhere else. Nowhere else. Okay, next product we're going to talk about is the Too Faced Unicorn Tears highlighter. So I think next year Too Faced is coming out with a full unicorn range, including blush, a bigger highlighter, face powders, setting spray, lipstick, the same lipstick, and I think there's a few other powders that they got in there as well. So this is a small version. It is absolutely beautiful. It's a very subtle highlighter. Even though it's blue, it doesn't come out blue on your face, and there's not huge glittery chunks. So I'll just, like, it just doesn't come out like that. So if you see, just swatched on my hand, it comes out absolutely beautifully, and if you want to, it blends down as well. So it's beautiful to blend down, or you just get a little fan brush and just fan it on and you'll be perfectly fine. No issues. There's no chunks of glitter in it, but it is absolutely beautiful and it sits on the skin really nicely. These two together are actually perfect to use together, because this is a lot more subtle and this one's not. So if you want on your cheekbones, use this, and then use a subtle highlighter everywhere else. My last product is from Australis. Australis have been coming out with really good stuff lately. Go Australis. This is part of their K-pop range, which is K-pop collab with Australis. This is the illuminating cushion. So allegedly you can use this all over your face, allegedly. I personally wouldn't. I am wearing it today, but as a highlighter. Not sure how well you can see that. So it's a little compact, which is very cute. It's like in a dusty pink, and it gives you a little puff, and then you've got the product in there. So you just press down with the puff and you can apply it to wherever you want. So yeah, allegedly it is an all over. It's a universal shade, so it will suit pretty much all skin types and skin depths, which is always a good thing. I do love it. I use it as a very subtle highlighter for a lot of my time. If I'm on camera, I do use it as a subtle highlighter. It does give that little bit of pop under the lights, but it's not so harsh that I look like a disco ball. Fun times. And also it just gives you that really beautiful glow in summer. Like I went out today and this girl at the shopping centre, she's like, you have like a really beautiful like highlighter going on. I was like, thank you, and I told her what it was. These are only about $15, so they're not overly expensive. Australis is fantastic lately. They have been coming out with such amazing things in the last year. Yeah, you can still buy it. I think you can buy it online at Australis or in Priceline. Haven't seen it at Kmart, so yeah, I think they're the only places you can buy it. So that is my all hits and misses of 2017. So yeah, all these products, they are still available if you do want to give them a go and make up your own mind on the business, or on the hits if you want to give them a go. Everything is still available. The Mecca foundation, if you are porcelain, might be a little bit more difficult to get because they sell out fairly quickly. So that is everything I have for you today. If you did enjoy this video, give us a thumbs up. If you're not already but you'd like to be, hit subscribe down below and subscribe to my channel. We have a new video coming up on Wednesday, which is going to be catching up about my weight loss for 2017. And seeing where we're at and where we're going to go for 2018. So thank you so much for joining me today. Hope everyone has a great New Year's, and I'll see you all again soon.